This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 235, Triple Value of Income, by the Mad Fientist of madfientist.com. And I am Dan, your host, here on Optimal Finance Daily. We are here each and every weekday reading to you from some of the best personal finance blogs on the planet. And this post is from one of our newest authors to join. That is the Mad Fientist. He also has a podcast called the Financial Independence Podcast, where he has interviewed Mr. Money Mustache, Jay Money, and other authors we read right here on Optimal Finance Daily. So you can check that out too. Just search for the Mad Fientist or the Financial Independence Podcast. But for now, let's get it going and hear his post as we optimize your life. Triple Value of Income by the Mad Fientist of madfientist.com. My friends and family know I'm frugal, but recently I was told by my ever-concerned mother that watching what you spend is fine, but sometimes you just have to buy something nice for yourself without stressing out about it. While I do agree with this to an extent, the comment made me think about why I never like spending money. I've come to realize the part of my personality that makes me seek out the best deal for everything I buy is the same part that causes me to be uncomfortable every time I spend any money. The very act of spending the money means that I'm not getting the best bang for my buck. I'll explain. Spending. When I make $1 at work, there are many things I can do with that dollar that will determine how valuable it actually is to me. If I decide to take that dollar out of my paycheck so that I can spend it, I'm getting 80 cents of value out of that dollar because of my effective tax rate of 20%. I worked hard for 40 hours this week, but if I use my entire paycheck for spending, I would be losing an entire day's work worth of value from what I earned. I don't know about you, but I don't want to work for free for a day a week just so I can buy things I don't need. Investing. If I instead put that dollar into a diversified stock portfolio, I'm still initially losing that 20 cents because I'm still paying income tax, but at least now it has the ability to recoup some of that lost value over time. Leaving that 80 cents invested for 10 years, earning the 7% average stock market real rate of return, in other words, after inflation, the dollar will grow to $1.57, which will provide me with $1.45 of value, assuming a 15% capital gains tax. Retirement contributions. If I go a step further and contribute that dollar to my 401k or IRA, I am bypassing the income tax initially, therefore putting the full value of my dollar to work. Assuming I begin withdrawing from my retirement account in 30 years, the value of the dollar I put into the account will be $6.70, again assuming an average 7% return after inflation and a 12% effective tax rate at withdrawal. Employer match. What if my employer offered a retirement match program? If I contribute $1 and my employer matches me, I'm initially getting a whopping $2 worth of value. Who wouldn't love a 100% raise? Again, assuming I leave those $2 invested for 30 years, I would eventually receive $13.39 in value from that single dollar. Investment income. Okay, getting double the value of my dollar is really exciting, and investing that $2 and growing it to $13.39 by the time I'm 60 is even more exciting. But who says I have to spend that dollar when I turn 60? What if I leave that money invested and instead spend the interest and dividends I'm earning on that money? That dollar that would have only been worth 80 cents had I spent it when I earned it is now providing me over 80 cents every 2 years, assuming a 3.5% yield. It may not seem like a big deal when we focus on the value of a single dollar, but if we expand what has been discussed to larger numbers, you can see how these ideas can really supercharge your FI savings. By maximizing the value of the dollars you earn, you can give yourself a huge raise without incurring any more responsibilities or working any additional hours. Example. Let's assume you make $100,000 a year. If you spend everything you earn, your take-home value at the end of the year is roughly $80,000. If you instead put the majority of your income into retirement, HSA, and investment accounts, you end up getting $263,663 of value out of that salary. Matched retirement contribution, 5%, $66,950. Retirement contribution unmatched, $80,400. HSA contribution, $20,770. Invest, $70,543. Spend, $25,000. Total, $263,663. Increased value. By limiting your spending and maximizing your tax-advantaged allowances, you are getting over $263,663 of value out of your $100,000 salary. In order to get $263,663 of value out of a salary in which all proceeds are spent, you would need to make $366,199 a year, $366,199 minus 28% tax. I know my mom just wants me to be happy and treat myself every once in a while, but I hope she can see that I am not depriving myself of enjoyment now because I'm a cheapskate. I'm just putting off spending my dollar today so that dollar can grow into something that will provide me income and enjoyment for the rest of my life. You just listened to the post titled Triple Value of Income by the Mad Fientist of madfientist.com. And you can see more detail about the math in the actual blog post. He has a calculator there that goes along with this. So we have the post linked in this episode's description at oldpodcast.com. And while you're there, if you want to help keep this podcast alive and well, I would absolutely love to make it to a full year of doing this show. And you can help out financially or in other ways, so just visit the How to Help page at oldpodcast.com, or the quick link is oldpodcast.com/support. And anything that you see listed there is a big help to keep this project going. So thanks for that and for listening all the way through. That's going to do it for episode 235. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and I'll see you all on Monday, where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this podcast, but also Optimal Living Daily, the show where I read to you from even more blogs covering finance, productivity, minimalism, personal development, and more, from incredible bloggers like Derek Sivers, Zen Habits, Mark and Angel, The Minimalists, and all the ones you hear on this show too. So if you enjoyed today's episode and like taking amazing blogs on the go, come on over to Optimal Living Daily and subscribe to that one too. And together, we'll start optimizing your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Finance Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com, that's OLDpodcast.com, for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.